Are you still of the opinion the end game is to introduce central bank digital currency? Yes. Yes. I don't think it's a matter of if, I think it's a matter of when. And let's just assume for a moment the global elite and the politicians are incentivized for war. Let's say they're incentivized for us to go to war with Russia, meaning the US or Europe to actually get involved. Let's just say they have that incentive. Would that make it far easier for them to introduce a central bank digital currency? 100%. 100%. So, it's not that exact phrase that Charlie Munger says where it's show me the incentives and I'll show you the outcomes, but it's more like show me the incentives and I'll show you who's behind it. Maybe that's a better way to say it in this case. Show me the incentives and I'll show you, who is managing the narrative, or I'll show you who is behind the scenes pulling the levers. Maybe that's a better way to say it. So, but and I'm not saying that they are behind this, but again, they definitely have an incentive. When you line things up, as far as what the politicians want, they want to be reelected. We all know that. Well, the best thing for an unpopular politician is war. That's the best way for them to get reelected throughout history. It's kind of politics 101. And then you look at what the problems are for the powers that be right now in politics. Well, inflation, okay, cerveza sickness, because of the way they handled it. I think that now they've got so much egg on their face that they would be even more unpopular than they already are because of the retractions from the CDC. Now Walensky is backpedaling like I can't even believe how much he's backpedaling. And if we weren't in this situation with Russia right now, I think the mainstream media would be, or at least the alternative media would be just tearing that up, and people would be saying, "Hey, what the hell? I lost my job because of your stupid mandates." And now even Walensky is coming out and saying the mandates probably didn't do anything. People would be pissed, rightfully so, and they would take out that anger on the politicians. While at the same time, gas is going from $3 to $4 to $5. That's not good for the politicians. Then on top of that, you got the truckers, or we're not even talking about them anymore. We're talking about them very little, and we should be. And we owe them huge gratitude. But that was big. That was political suicide for Trudeau. And then when he froze the bank accounts up there, I mean, why did he backpedal so quick? Because the banks called him and said, "You're out of your mind. You're absolutely out of your mind. And you're becoming a global pariah for what you're doing." And so if you've got the Trudeau situation, if you've got the trucker situation, you've got the backpedaling of the cerveza sickness, you've got inflation, and these politicians want to get reelected. There is one thing that solves all of those problems for the politicians: war. Same thing for the global elite. What do they want? Well, they want central bank digital currency. They want a socialist utopia. They want the global currency to be the ESDR, the digital SDR. They want that to be the reserve asset for the central banks. And they want to further usurp power and control more so than they did during the cerveza sickness. Okay, well, how do you achieve those objectives? They want a social credit score. They want to take away more of your freedoms and liberties. They're central planners. They want to control your life. They want you to, they don't even want to take away your liberty and freedom. They want you to give up your liberty. They want you to demand that the global elite and the politicians take away your freedom and liberty. Well, how do you get people to do that? How do you get people to buy into a social credit score? How do you get people to buy into a central bank digital currency? How do you convince them that this is for your own good, that this is for the greater good, that this is for your safety and your security? Easy answer: war. So we can see how the incentives are lined up here. And Now, obviously, we all hope and pray that that's not the outcome we get. But I can assure you that if that is the outcome we get, that not only will a central bank digital currency be a question of when, not if, I think it moves to a question of how soon.